Today, we're diving into a question that sits right at the very edge of what we know. What happens when you look deep, really deep, inside a quark? Well, a brand new experiment out of CERN is pushing the boundaries and challenging what we thought was the absolute bedrock of our universe. I mean, it's pretty much the biggest question you can ask, right? For literally thousands of years, we've been trying to figure out what everything is ultimately made of. What are the final, fundamental building blocks? For a long time now, our best answer has been quarks. According to the standard model of particle physics, that's kind of our scientific blueprint for the universe. Quarks are fundamental. They're these tiny, point-like particles that aren't made of anything smaller. As far as we've been able to tell, they are the end of the line.
But what if it isn't? What if quarks themselves are actually made of even smaller bits and pieces? That is the absolutely thrilling question that scientists at CERN are trying to answer. Because if the history of science has taught us anything, it's that whenever we think we've reached the end of the map, we've usually just found the start of a whole new one.
You know, this feeling of discovery isn't new. In fact, if you look at the history of physics, it's basically a story of peeling back the layers of a cosmic onion, only to find that what we thought was fundamental was, well, made of something else.
Just think about it. For centuries, matter was just matter, stuff. But then, in the 1800s, we found atoms. And for a while, they were the smallest things. Then, boom, 1911, we find the nucleus hiding inside the atom. And then in 1968, we realized that even protons and neutrons were made of quarks. You see the pattern here, right? Every time we've managed to look a little closer, we found a whole new layer underneath.
So that brings us right up to today. Scientists at the Large Hadron Collider, the LHC, are on that exact same quest. They're using the most powerful machine ever built to see if this time, finally, they can find a crack in what we think of as the fundamental nature of a quark. And what's really cool is how they're doing it. The basic idea is surprisingly similar to the revolutionary experiment that showed us the atomic nucleus more than 100 years ago. Okay, so check this out. Back in 1911, a guy named Ernest Rutherford shot tiny particles at a super thin sheet of gold foil. By seeing how those particles scattered, he figured out that atoms have this tiny, dense center, the nucleus. Fast forward to today, and the CMS experiment is doing basically the same thing, just turned up to 11. They're smashing beams of protons into each other at incredible speeds and studying the shrapnel to see what the quarks inside are really like. So what exactly are they looking for in the wreckage? Well, when quarks collide at these insane energies, they create these sprays of other particles. Physicists call them jets. By measuring the exact angle of these jets as they fly out, scientists can tell if the quark behaved like a single, solid point, or if maybe there's something more complicated going on inside. All right, so the team at the CMS Collaboration smashed protons, they collected mountains of data, and they analyzed all those jets. This is it, the moment of truth. Did they find what they were looking for? Did they see any evidence that quarks are composite, that they're made of smaller parts? Is there a new, even deeper layer to reality just waiting for us?
The answer, for now, is no. The way the jets scattered matched the predictions for a simple, point-like quark almost perfectly. There is no hint of any internal structure, no sign of anything smaller hiding inside.
But wait, in physics, a no can be incredibly important. This result lets scientists set a new, mind-blowing limit on just how big a quark can be. If quarks do have some kind of internal structure, it has to be smaller than 10 to the negative 20 meters. That number is so small it's hard to even wrap your head around. It's about 1/10,000,000th of the width of a single proton. Just ridiculously tiny. The key here is how they set that limit. In the world of particle physics, seeing smaller things requires more energy. It's like needing a more powerful lens for your microscope. This experiment pushed that energy frontier all the way to 37 tera-electron volts, or TeV. That's the tightest constraint ever set for this kind of search. It tells us that if quarks are made of smaller things, the force holding them together must be even stronger than what we're currently capable of seeing.
So, is that it? Is the case closed? Are quarks fundamental after all? No way, not even close. In science, a result like this isn't an ending. It's a signpost, and it's pointing the way forward.
It might just mean we need a more powerful microscope. We might need even more energy to finally crack the quark open, and that's exactly what's coming. The quest is going to continue with the next run of the LHC and the even more powerful High-Luminosity LHC that's on the horizon. The search is far, far from over. And that really brings us right back to the beginning. This quote from the team at CERN just nails it. The whole history of physics is a lesson that we have to keep looking, because what we see as fundamental today might just be a doorway to an even deeper understanding tomorrow.
So, we've now pushed our knowledge to an incredible new scale. We've confirmed that if the quark has any size, it's smaller than we can almost imagine. But that journey inward is not stopping. What other layers of reality are still out there, just waiting for us to finally look close enough to see them?